Theatre in downtown Springfield, Missouri. This is the Mystery Hour, and here is your host, Mystery Jeff Houghton!
How you guys doing? Good, good. We have a great show for you guys tonight. Simon Majumdar from the Food Network, among other things. We also have the music of the Suneaters. And we have a great title sponsor, Branson Chamber. We love Branson. Check it out. All right, let's just check in there, drop our stuff off, and get out there.
And can I just say, I'm so excited to have a getaway without our lovely children.
Man, I love those kiddos, and I love my parents even more for taking them for the weekend.
Yes, love those kiddos, and just love getting time for us.
There's so much to do in Branson, like shows.
Sleep.
Go to the landing.
Put on a robe.
Top of the Rock.
Take a quiet bath.
Zip lining, Silver Dollar City, shopping.
Watch TV where I get to choose the channels. Order room service. Put slippers on. Stare into nothing. Take a nap. Watch a movie. Recharge.
You'll still go out with me and do things, though?
Yeah. Well, I'll keep the slippers on.
That's fair. Yeah, we love Branson, and we're not afraid to say it. All right. Hey, let's do this. It's time for our Cale Harper Glance of the Night. Check it out. There it is. Wow. All right. It's the glance of the night. It's the glance of the night. Now let's do things I've noticed.
These things I've noticed. These things I've noticed, yeah.
Yeah!
These things I've noticed. These things I've noticed, yeah.
Yeah!
These things I've noticed. These things I've noticed, yeah.
Yeah!
All right, here we go. Things I've noticed, things I've observed. Let's do it. I've noticed that if you hurt yourself in the same spot twice, that's called a deja boo-boo. I've noticed that my life would be so much easier if clothes had expiration dates. I've noticed that if the Wizard of Oz used his full name, it would be the Wizard of Ounces. I've noticed that the third hand on the clock is the second hand. I had to really think about it too, but it's true. I've noticed that the larger the barista's eyeglasses are, the more likely they are to judge you if you ask for milk in your coffee. And finally, I've noticed that Lewis and Clark's Great Expedition was just a government-sanctioned float trip. Things I've noticed.
These things I've noticed. These things I've noticed, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey. So the Mystery Hour has been expanding into more markets, and one of them we've recently expanded into is Kansas City. Yes, everyone loves Kansas City. And we found that we love it, but also there's this show, it looks like a public television show, not really sure. It's like a travel show, and they go down to different corners of the state. But here they are. We want to show you guys this to really highlight Kansas City. Here they are going to Kansas City. It's called Trippin' Missouri. Check it out. Hi, I'm Dale Summers, and you're watching another installment of Tripping Missouri, where we take you to every corner of the Show Me State to show you all the hidden gems and local hotspots that make our state what it is. We want to celebrate everything uniquely Missouri. Today we're heading to a city that's actually in 2 states, the city of fountains, Kansas City. Tops on the list of things to experience in Kansas City, their legendary barbecue. With over 100 barbecue joints in town, there's plenty to choose from. So follow me as I grab a handful of napkins and a healthy appetite to go to my favorite barbecue joint. Buffalo Wild Wings has a wide variety of wings and sauces that really show me the flavor. Now you can't go to Kansas City without experiencing jazz. It truly is the center of jazz, and at the heart of it is a place they simply call the Center. At Guitar Center, you can pick up a new instrument, a microphone, or my favorite, a couple of local jazz albums. If art is what you're after, the Crossroads District has a lively art walk every Friday night. I recommend starting at 18th and Main and moseying your way down to Hobby Lobby in Overland Park. You're sure to find art to suit anyone's taste. I know exactly where this is gonna go. Where this is gonna go, this is gonna go. When the sun goes down, it's time for Kansas City's famous nightlife to pop up. So cruise on down our famous boulevards where entertainment options abound. Anything from theater to music to comedy to movies. Redbox is my choice. You can find these bad boys scattered all around the city with movies you can find anywhere else in the country. Now you're probably saying to yourself, Dale, you're forgetting something. That's right, Jessica, I'm getting to it. Kansas Cityans love cheering on their sports teams. Win or lose, they'll always be loyal to their team's colors. Brown and gray, the colors of the healthy coats of the Greyhounds, racing at the famed Woodlands, hoping to open again soon. I'm Dale Summer from Trippin, Missouri, reminding you to enjoy yourself in Kansas City, eating good in the neighborhood. Just to be clear, we have no association with any of those brands. We'll be right back. That comedy bit brought to you by Bush, Ramlow & Shore, CPAs. Set design and construction brought to you by Elemoose, Digital Quill Studio, and Skinny Theatrical Design and Fabrication. Closed captioning for the Mystery Hour provided by Paragon Architecture. Guest booking provided by Gig Salad. Big Whiskey's is the official American restaurant and bar of the Mystery Hour. I get it. Hi, everybody. Welcome back. Hey, I want to get to the guest. The guest is pretty outstanding, so I don't want to stall at all. But first, we have a guest sponsor. The History Museum on the Square. They came into your house and took history and put it in the square. You can go visit it, but now it costs money. I don't think they like those. You should be a sponsor of the Mystery Hour. We'll mess with your tagline. All right, hey, our guest tonight I've gotten to know over the course of working with him over Convoy of Hope events, who we love very much. He's also a Food Network star, podcaster, blogger, just the best foodie there ever was. Please give it up for Simon Majumdar. Simon!
Ugh. If you have been married for 8 years, you know how to make a couch comfortable.
Yeah.
Wow, lively.
In my house, every couch, every chair has pillows on it. In order to sit down, I have to move a pillow to sit down.
Absolutely.
That's what it's like in your house.
Absolutely. Normal couches have pillows.
Yes.
And a lot of beds, I've noticed that in hotels as well. The first thing I have to do when I got to the hotel is like 20 pillows. This is a pillow conversation. It's very odd, not what we were expecting, but there you go,
yeah,
pillow talk. Anyway, but you have to move in the hotel, which is lovely, by the way. But I had to move like 20 pillows off the bed before I could actually get into bed. What is that about?
I don't know.
Very strange.
They try and trap you in there with how tight it is under the covers.
It's... You
Yeah.
get your bicep exercises in the morning. I know, very strange. Anyway.
And it goes up to like
here.
it goes up to like here, and I want it to go over my shoulder. I gotta wrench it up there.
I'm a snuggler, you see, so I need to cover over.
Yeah.
This is not going the direction I expected to, but But it's always a joy to see you.
Yes, I said, you know what? I want to have Simon Majumdar on to talk about hotels and beds and pillows.
And couches. Home furnishings.
Home furnishings. He's an expert.
I am
home
an expert
furnishings.
on home furnishings.
So we met doing Convoy of Hope events.
We love Convoy of Hope.
We love Convoy of Hope.
Springfield should be very proud of them. America.
Yeah. America should be.
America should be very proud of them.
International aid organization based right out here. And then I was like, man, that guy is a delight. I need to get him, I'm like, I need to manipulate this relationship so we become friendly and then I can get an ask in to come out here. And here you are.
It's a joy to come out here. I love coming to Springfield. It's one of those towns that I love, looking like I do, I'm an underdog, and I like towns that don't get the love they deserve.
Yeah.
And I think Springfield is one of those kind of towns. I think people agree.
Yeah.
That it is. That's right. It's a town that has so much going on, but it doesn't get any of the attention it deserves. You know, there are other bigger cities, and I always have felt, I come from that kind of town in England originally, so I just identify with it here. And also, we had some great chili today, so
we did.
I'm very
Casper's.
happy. Casper's.
That's right.
That was awesome.
So I don't know where to start with you exactly, but you worked in publishing, and then how did you get into food?
Well, actually, believe it or not, I actually trained as an Anglican priest first.
Is that right?
I have a bachelor in divinity, which is very hard to believe when you look at me, but anyway.
Yeah.
And then I ended up in publishing, and then I quit. I had a very dark kind of night of the soul, and quite frankly, I was going to jump off the balcony of my apartment, and everything was going wrong, and my mother had died, and all kinds of, there you go. I brought the show right back down.
It's fine.
Happy
It's fine.
clappy, enjoy the parade, everyone.
It's part of the story. It's fine.
But I quit my job and ended up traveling around the world. And actually, God bless him, Tony Bourdain was very kind and gave me a quote to put on the front of a book proposal. He said, I'd had a couple of nights in pubs getting drunk with Tony Bourdain over the years, which I'm guessing a few people could say. But, but he wrote me this proposal, put it on the front of a book proposal, and at least people will read the proposal.
Yeah.
I ended up going around the world just to travel. I went to 31 countries in a year to write a book called Eat My Globe. And anyway, when I got to China, I opened up my email in one little place there and found out they'd sold my book, and suddenly I was an author and I had to write it. So I ended up writing that book. I've written 2 others, meeting my wife on that journey, who you've met, Sybil, who's an amazing woman, and coming over here and now doing what I do. So it's all by accident.
Yeah.
It's a happy accident. And, it put me in amazing situations, and, working with Convoy is another one of those.
Yeah, so, and you never know where the journey's gonna go, particularly like in this kind of entertainment sort of world. So you become known for your books, for blogging, and then how does that transition to TV for you?
Well, what happened was someone at the Food Network had read my first book. I think they were delayed at an airport or something, and which is probably the only reason to pick that book up anyway. Soon to be seen at remainder shops anywhere. No, I'm very proud of it. But they picked this book up and they read it, and they said, oh, this guy might be interesting. I went in to have a meeting with them. It was 2 days before my wedding. And I had an eye infection. I had gout. I'm a picture of health, as you could tell. And I had, I had flu. So I was really in a bad mood. And I went in and I was particularly grumpy, which I guess has become my stock in trade on Iron Chef and various other things. Because I'm an older man, and we tend to be rather grumpy. And
you're a curmudgeon. When you say curmudgeon?
I am a curmudgeon.
Yeah.
I think things just aren't good enough. And that's basically the way I look at life.
You should be a food critic.
Yeah, well, exactly. Things could always be better, and that's always my take on life. But anyway, I went in, and the next thing I know, I'm sitting in Portugal enjoying my honeymoon. I get a phone call going, they want you to do this show called The Next Iron Chef. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I had to go and look it up and realize it was quite a big deal.
Yeah.
And the next thing I know, I fly back. I didn't have a work visa at that point, so I ended up having to go and spend 5 days in Ottawa waiting to get my visa and fly back in. Arrived at 2 o'clock in the morning, and then 7 o'clock I'm standing on a beach next to Alton Brown and Michael Simon going, what the hell happened? And I still think that, whenever I do a show and I come down doing Cutthroat Kitchen or any of the shows that I do, and I suddenly, or I'll get a text from Alton or one of the Jeffrey Zakarian or Bobby Flay or whoever I work with, I still go, what the heck happened there? Because I'm a great believer in imposter syndrome, and I still believe that at some point someone's going to tap me on the shoulder and go, get back in the bookshop, stop dusting some shelves and doing some stuff.
Right, right. Well, I imagine you're feeling that now, being on such a big talk show.
I'm quivering on the inside.
Yeah.
But it's a joy. No, I've been, I took the time to watch the shows, and this is a great show. You have put together a really top show. I know, and it is. And I think the thing is that you need to, more people need to see it, which is great, because I know you're going to new territory. Tulsa. Tulsa and Charlotte. See, I remember. And I think it's great. So for me, it was a joy. And luckily, this was the one kind of day I had between now and March, I think, that was free. So it was perfect. I'm on a ludicrously early flight tomorrow morning back to LA. Right. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Only the best.
Which one of us here has a 4 a.m. pickup tomorrow morning? Thank you. So I will enjoy the after party. I'll probably not go to sleep. Yeah. But it's a joy.
We have some food here. I want you to tell me if you know any history of any of this stuff right here.
Well, I do know. Oh, you've got dragon fruit.
So you can pick. You tell us what has the most.
That looks like something the doctor had last time I went to see him. So we can put that one to one side.
All right, no pumpkin?
No, well, actually, I'll tell you something about the banana. So the banana, the Cavendish banana, the banana is actually going extinct. So the first types of banana went extinct. These are now becoming extinct, and they're trying to breed new ones because we eat too many of them, and the way that they've tried to get them grown. That's actually interesting. This is actually the most interesting one. So this is the tomato. Obviously, this came up from Latin America.
You say tomato.
Tomato. You say tomato. I say tomato.
Keep going, sorry.
Let's call the whole thing off.
Let's call the whole thing off.
But this was known, when this first came over to Europe, this was known as the love apple. And first of all, it was banned because people thought that it was poisonous. Yeah. They thought it caused all kinds of things like leprosy and a great disease called scrofula, which I kind of want to have just because I want to know what scrofula is, but it was some kind of medieval disease about the time of the plague. But then they thought that it was the biggest aphrodisiac in the world. Oh, yeah. So it was called the love apple. And so in Italy and places like that, this is where... But this was not indigenous to Europe, and it was brought up from Latin America in this thing called the Columbian Exchange. Yeah. So which means that we basically brought everything up that was good from Latin America and the colonies, and basically in return we sent back disease. And it's the horrible history of the colonization of the Americas. Yeah. But this, the Portuguese took this to India. Yeah. They took it to China, so that's why you have tomatoes in Indian food. They took chilies there, which weren't indigenous. So the history of it, everything we eat, whether it's fish and chips or I'm doing the history of gin, the history of tea, they've all got these incredible stories behind them. So whenever you eat anything, what I want is we think of it nutritionally, we think of it from sustainability, but I want us to remember there's a history with this, whether it's the history of the hamburger or the history, all incredible stories that tell us who we are. And I'm an American citizen now. In fact, tomorrow is my 4th anniversary of being an American citizen. So thank you. Very proud.
There you go.
So when we eat stuff, I really hope that we kind of think about the history, because the food that we eat is why we are who we are.
Yeah. So, well, thank you for telling us that. This guy's fascinating. There he is, Simon Majumdar. We'll be right back with the Suneaters.
Travel and accommodations provided by Hotel Vandervoort. Systematic Savings Bank, official bank of the Mystery Hour. The Mystery Hour is brought to you in part by Ozarks Technical Community College. You have a dream, we have a plan. Tonight's musical guest brought to you by Bear Village.
Ooh, hey everybody. We're going to keep the show going with a great musical guest. Please give it up for the Suneaters.
I keep saying it'll be all right. One if it won't? What if we've done all we'll do? It'll be all right. 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 Don't let the night go down on you. Don't go towards the lights. Whatever you do, it'll be all right. 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 It'll be
That was great. Good job. Looked familiar. Good job. The Suneaters, there they are. 10% of our box office proceeds tonight goes to Victory Mission. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys next week.